Barry Mendelson and the great Jerry West were sitting along the baseline of a preseason basketball game in Los Angeles that day. West, one of the great guards in NBA history, had already become the NBA's logo. Mendelson, because of a conversation that day, was on his way to becoming the first vice president of basketball operations and later general manager for an NBA team in a city that had never had a team. Mendelson didn't know who Sam Battistone was when Battistone, a friend of West, approached them that day. "I was just awarded a franchise in the NBA," Battistone said. "Where?" Mendelson inquired. "New Orleans," replied Battistone. "What? Why New Orleans?" Mendelson asked. Battistone went on to explain how the Louisiana Superdome was being built, and the NBA wanted to bring a team to New Orleans. The NBA awarded New Orleans a team on March 7, 1974, the league's 18th franchise. Fittingly, the team was called the Jazz, embracing the city's deep musical heritage. Battistone was a part of a group that also included Fred Rosenfield, Andrew Martin, Sheldon Bachok, Gerald Robin, and Fred Miller that paid $6.15 million for the franchise. Battistone's hopes that day were that Mendelson would uproot his L.A. life and move to New Orleans to run the franchise. Mendelson had worked previously as a VP with the Boston Celtics, and at the time, he was hosting a radio show in Los Angeles while also serving as West's personal manager. "It's as vivid today as it always was, even though I'm much older," said Mendelson, now 81. "There are always those moments in time that take you to an interesting place." For Mendelson, that place was New Orleans, which can be like a foreign land to a guy born in New York and living in sunny California. But Battistone convinced Mendelson to take a visit to New Orleans and at least consider it. Once Mendelson arrived, he met with Bachok, James Carville, and Pat Screen, a former SU quarterback who went on to become a two-term mayor of Baton Rouge. "I got acquainted to the culture of Louisiana really quick," Mendelson recalls. "A steak at Jimmy Moran's restaurant on Iberville Street sealed the deal. My wife had a great job in L.A., but I couldn't pass this up," Mendelson said. "My whole life, I wanted to start an NBA franchise. That's really what started it. Then came the hard part, trying to find the right mix of players. From both the regular draft and an expansion draft, basically players left unprotected by the other NBA teams. Aaron James, a New Orleans native who played his high school ball at Cohen before going on to play at Grambling, was the first player drafted by the Jazz. I had to be the luckiest guy in the world," James said. "I played Little League basketball in Louisiana, high school in Louisiana, college in Louisiana, and professional in Louisiana. Not many people get to do that.